I am Matthew Austin. I'm 21 years old, and I have Huntington's disease. Currently, we are at the bridge that my father, Andy Austin, had rode his bicycle off and committed suicide 17 years ago.
Being here, at least for me, it's a beginning. This is the beginning of our trip, and we're taking this point to launch a celebration of life from a point where his ended.
The life of Huntington's and how it affects people, it's made it a lot more real for me. It seems to me like it's made this project so much more meaningful to have heard what I've heard and to know what I know now. You know, it's considering how, you know, not just our family, but it's torn, so many families have been torn apart from it, that I'm really glad to be a part of this, you know. It's really an honor to be able to do what I'm doing now.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Day one. Cheers. Thanks.
You're part of the environment.
On behalf of the Village of Palmyra, again, welcome. Thank you for coming. And for those of you who are going to be accompanying Matt on this wonderful journey, God be with you.
We are at the Main Street Park in Palmyra, New York.
From Palmyra, we are heading to Tingsboro, Massachusetts. We are going to average about 70 miles a day over the course of the next 6 days. Yeah, the adventure begins on the bikes right now.
I failed. I was looking back to see if Bob was coming back on us because he was a little bit lagging behind, and I kind of drifted off into the deep, scraggly rocks on the edge of the road, and I tried to turn myself back onto the road, but it didn't work out.
You know, I get that everyone crashes on bikes. It's part of riding bikes. It's part of the time you spend on the road. And, you know, certainly, you know, I've had my fair share of crashes, but it's different with him. Yesterday, he rode up to me at one point and said, you know, I finally get what you mean. Referring to, I've been nagging him about training. You know, he wants to put on a good front that he's been training a bunch, but it's intermittent because it's just the aspects of going through the funks that people get who have Huntington's, and so it's hard to motivate. There's a lot of apathy, and there's all the desire, but sometimes it's just hard to follow through.
I know for sure one thing. Last day coming in, I will be on that bike. I don't care what happens, I will be on that bike that last day. You know, I couldn't have done it without the love and support of all the people out here and him. So it's amazing to be out here. I feel honored and proud to be out here with my family. You know? Our last trip was just about 2 months ago. I thought it was a better idea, all the crew and myself, to take our film in a different direction. You know, I crashed twice in a period of 3 days of riding, and that was, you know, I learned my lesson for sure, but, you know, Huntington's definitely had a big helping hand in those with balance and whatnot. And, you know, with all the hazards of riding 1,000 miles versus 400 miles and 21 days on the bike, or 25 days, maybe even a month on a bicycle, versus, you know, 6 days, is a huge leap of talent and of expectations, I guess. My big focus, at least, has been, you know, turning those negatives to positive. That's a Matt Austin quote there, but we're turning our gaze onto the more important things, and we're turning our gaze onto the people and the Huntington's community and the families out there, and the Colorado trip, and going to see where my father's ashes were buried that I didn't get to see as a kid. We did our 418 miles. We did our ride. You know, we accomplished it. Our East Coast ride, we accomplished it. So I think now we need to focus a lot more on the actual people aspect of it, and, you know, the inspiration from it.